Okay, everybody, it's Kevin. We're back with a cookie recipe. And I'm going to be honest with everybody, I've never made cookies in my life, but I'm going to show you how easy this cookie recipe is. So, let's get to it. We're going to be adding a cup of butter, and we're going to be putting this in our KitchenAid. If you don't have one of these, you got to get one. They're pretty awesome. So, we're going to add our butter, 1 cup of butter. And we're going to add a teaspoon of vanilla. Woo! Make sure you don't do that over the bowl. Make a mess. 1 teaspoon of vanilla. We're going to add a 1/4 cup of sugar. This is white sugar. We're going to just level it off about right there. Throw it in a bowl. Then we're going to add 3/4 cups of your brown sugar. And these are going to be leveled off. We're just going to level them off. I think that looks pretty good. 1. I think that looks good. 2. Here comes number 3. 3. Okay, this recipe calls for instant vanilla pudding. And you want to use a small box. It says 3.4 ounces on it. We're going to throw the whole box. We're just going to put it in dry right in our bowl. So let's get this opened up. We're going to put the whole thing in the bowl. Alright, now we got all that in there. We're going to go ahead and put this thing down and we're going to cream this up. We're going to run it on low and then we'll gradually speed it. Alright, now the reason why I'm putting the pudding in there is to keep them soft and keep them from spreading out on the pan. These cookies are not just going to blob out on the pan. They should be nice and fluffy. A good cookie. If you don't add this to your cookies, you should try, because it really makes a good cookie. Alright, we're just trying to get this creamy looking, and you know, every once in a while you can stop it and lift it up and just scrape the sides of your bowl. Make sure you get everything incorporated into your mix. Okay, now while that's mixing over here, we're gonna take 2 eggs and put them in a bowl here. And the reason why I like to crack these over the bowl is because if we get any shells in there, I don't think Santa Claus would like shells in his cookies, so we don't want to get any shells in there, so we'll crack them over top of the bowl. Now we're going to incorporate these in with this while it's mixing, one at a time. We're just going to do 1 egg at a time. We'll let them mix up. Then we'll add the last one in. Okay, there's 2 eggs in there. Okay, we're going to let that cream up a little bit, and we're going to go ahead and get our dry ingredients ready here. What I've done here, I got 2 1/4 cups of flour in a bowl. And then I need 1 teaspoon of salt. I'm not going to do it over the bowl because if I get too much, I'd rather it spill on the counter than get in my bowl. So I got 1 teaspoon of salt, and then I need 1 teaspoon of baking soda. Now I'm just going to mix this up a little bit, and then we'll start adding it into our creamy mix over here. Alright, now what we're going to do is we're going to turn our mixer down on low, and we're going to start gradually putting our dry mix in here, just a little bit at a time. If you turn it on high now, you're probably going to have a mess, so make sure you got it on low. Okay, we're going to let that mix up there. We don't want to put too much in there. Just let it mix up. Make sure it gets all mixed up in there. As a matter of fact, we're going to shut it off and we're going to scrape our sides down a little bit. We want to make sure all this gets mixed up in here real good. Okay, we're going to add a little more. Let that mix up good. Now we're going to just keep adding this in until we get it all in there. Okay, now once you get it mixed up pretty good there, you can turn your mixer up a little bit more. And then we'll scrape down the sides again. I'm going to turn it off, make sure we get our sides scraped down again. We want to make sure all that ingredients is all mixed up in there. Okay, we like the milk chocolate chips. Now you can add any kind you want. If you like the bittersweet, whatever you like is fine. But we're going to just mix them in. Now you can mix these in by hand or you can use the machine. I'm going to use the machine here. So, alright, this is what your batter is going to look like, and it's pretty stiff. And it's definitely a little stiff, but that's what you want. This is going to be the little scooper we're going to use for the cookies. It's just an ice cream scooper. You can get these anywhere, any of your stores. So, you know, these cookies, we got a little parchment paper down on the pan here. That pudding's going to help these stay together. So they're not going to really spread out real far. So we don't have to spread them out too far on the pan. So we'll be able to actually get more on the pan than the other cookies anyhow. Okay, we got this tray is done. We're going to go ahead and put it in the oven for about 8 to 9 minutes on 375. But make sure you keep checking them. Because, I mean, I don't know how your oven cooks. So your oven may cook different than mine. So we'll go ahead and get these put in the oven. Okay, this was actually 10 minutes of baking. And you could see the difference between that cookie and this cookie. They're not all spread out. So the pudding actually works really well in the cookie. So you can see the difference. We're going to get these over to the we got some cooling racks over here. We're going to get them over here and get them cooled off. Okay, now, being that we only took 10 minutes, or it took 10 minutes for these, I went ahead and put the next batch in, and I'm going to put them in for 10 minutes. So I won't have to sit and worry about checking them. So we're going to go ahead and I'll get the rest of these baked up, and then we'll get them on these cooling racks. Hey, if you don't have one of these cooling racks, they're really nice to cool your cookies on. So get you some cooling racks. They're nice. Good enough. Alright, this batch of cookies is all done. We have got about 70 cookies out of that batch. And as you can see, they stuck together real well. Now, I told you in the video there, these took 10 minutes. So check your oven. Make sure, if you're a little scared and you don't want to do a whole batch, just do a couple cookies on the tray. That way, if you do burn them or something happens, you only ruin 2. So you can throw 2 in there and time it, but don't keep checking. Don't forget, if you're looking, you're not cooking. So if you can, turn the light on and look through your oven glass. But 10 minutes is what these took. So we're going to go ahead and I'm going to get another batch going, and then we'll get back to you. Okay, we got about 145 cookies out of 2 batches. We made 2 batches of cookies. Now, if you like a good soft cookie, you know, give these things a try. I don't think you'll go wrong on giving them a try. I want to tell everybody thanks for watching the video. Don't forget to subscribe. Leave me thumbs up, thumbs down, or a comment if you'd like.